Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Derek Lane, for another edition of the Fast Lane Podcast for Success. Thanks for joining me this week. I think we've got a pretty good topic. We want to speak a little bit about the fear of failure and what that's all about and why it affects us so gravely. A lot of people have a lot of ideas on this subject, and there's a little bit of truth sprinkled without. I think we should touch on the core basics of it. So let's get started. The fear of failure is the fear of ridicule. What if scenarios? As Adam Sandler would say, they're going to laugh at you. Okay, that's where we need to get rid of all of that stuff, because we were raised and born in an environment of teasing. You do something silly, people laugh at you. You trip and fall, people laugh at you. You feel embarrassed, you feel stupid. You strike out, people go, oh, geez, you can't count on him. We're all conditioned to watch out for our missteps, to make sure that we don't do anything that causes any embarrassment or ridicule or teasing. So we play it safe. We learn to play it safe. When we were kids, you didn't play it safe. You know, what's the old saying? You got to touch the stove to see if it's hot. Well, you really have to touch the stove to see if it's hot when you're older as well, to see what works and what doesn't work. Now, I'm not talking about stepping out in front of a car or actually burning your hand on a stove, but I'm talking about continuing to try new things. Don't let that adventurous part of you die in that adolescent age that you were taught to squelch your ambition, to squelch your desires. People are going to make fun of you. People are going to ridicule you. Who gives a crud if they do or don't? That's the problem. Or that's the answer, however you want to look at it. It doesn't matter if people laugh at you, poke fun at you, tease you. Who cares? You will garner more respect as an individual that tries than an individual that doesn't try. Just remember all of those times that you struck out, you were up there batting. You weren't a bench warmer. See, those are the people that play it safe, the people that are on the bench, the people that are saying, okay, I'm just going to play it safe. I'll be over here, and if you need me, and if I fail, it ain't my fault because I'm not a regular player. If I fail, it's not my fault because of X, Y, and Z. So you need to learn to understand that you have an obligation to yourself to go out and try, to go out and keep punching and punching and punching and punching. It is your destiny, no one else's. It is your challenges, no one else's. Only the people that ridicule you are the ones that don't have the guts to try it. If you look around at people that have the guts to try something and to go for it and to do something new and inventive, innovative, challenging, if you fall in front of those people, they're the first ones to help you up. They're the first ones to hold your hand and say, here, come here, let me show you. Let me help you. Those are your mentors. Those are the people in your life that you should be surrounding yourself with, because they're the first ones that are going to help you. Keep failing. Keep failing, keep failing, keep failing. Because I guarantee, after enough failures, you're going to succeed. If succeeding was just so simple, then everybody would be doing it. And we're all doing it to a degree. We're just taking it to the next level, or the third or fourth, fifth level, whatever it is. But we're all succeeding in some manner. If you're living, you're succeeding. It's only when you die, maybe you've succeeded, but now you're not because you're dead. But succeeding, again, is the journey, the path, the quest that we're on to become the better person that we're capable of being. Whether it's spiritually, monetarily, relationship-wise, it is our destiny. That's what we put in front of us. That's what we strive for. It's what you focus your attention on. So if you're afraid of failing, you're afraid of success. And there is such thing as being afraid of success. Well, I don't want to succeed because I may have all of these problems. More money, more problems. Have you ever heard that? What a crock. What a reason. More money, more problems. Look, you're going to have problems in life, regardless if you have money or you don't have money. You're going to have challenges. You're going to have experiences, whether you have money or you don't have money. You might as well have money. You might as well have that great relationship. You might as well be the mentor to other people. You get so much more out of life by becoming the person that you envisioned to be. By becoming the person that when you were a kid you wanted to be. Reach somewhere within you and realize that being a kid is not a bad thing. You can harness those powers of creativity, those powers of willfulness, and continue to challenge yourself. The power of positivity. Well, there's a whole subject right there that we could get on to, but we're not. It's been covered a lot. But it's worth stating. You know that your mindset has to be one of a positive nature to succeed. A mindset of failure and despair and negativity will not get you anywhere. Chasing your tail. You and only you can control you. Others can try and they can manipulate certain aspects of your life, but it is your decisions, your brain, your thinking that decides whether I'm going to do something or I'm not going to do something. I'm going to play it safe and be lazy and sit here and do nothing and just do what my boss tells me and what others tell me, my family members tell me, my friends will tell me, and give me that same advice that leads them into boredom, into the boredom of life, into the abyss of the also-rans, into mediocrity. My friend, we're here for more than mediocrity. We're here for more than just to be an also-ran in life. You're here to succeed. You're here to be a pillar. It is upon you to do this. It is upon you to write your life's script. To set out and write a script, to sit down and to put act 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 together and have an outline and who you believe that you are. If you were writing a play for a character, how would you describe this character? And think about the books and novels that you've read, from the classics to the obscure. The author always sets the tempo for the character to give you an insight into that character's personality. Well, it is up to you to write your own personality, to write your own script. It's to write your own outline and your own plot. You can do that, and then you can follow it. If you don't, someone else will, and it won't get you where you want to go. I guarantee that. Don't be afraid that you don't know things. Learn as you go. Learn the things as you go along. I've always been the one to say that you got to read. Readers are leaders. Read on the subjects that interest you. Read on the subjects that you're interested in. The people that you're interested in. Learn what they're reading. If there's someone that you think, I would like to role model that person or be a role model of that person, learn what they're reading. Read the same thing, because there's hints and clues as to their thinking and what they're reading. You can always tell a lot about a person by what they're reading, what they're listening to. Are they listening to, hard rock, heavy metal, classical, bluegrass? And I'm not saying anything for or against any of those, but it gives you an insight into that person. It's the person that you look up to reading about history, or are they reading about fantasy, sci-fi? It gives you a glimpse into what that person's thinking. But there again, you don't have to be that person. You need to be yourself. I'm just saying, whatever is interesting to you, if that person or persons are interesting to you, find out why. Oftentimes, when we find somebody interesting, maybe they're really not. And then maybe they really are. And it's good to follow up. So, anyway, the fear of failure is crazy. It is real. It is a fear. You have to be the one to overcome it. You can overcome that fear just by punching it in the mouth. Just by knocking it on its head and saying, look, I'm going to get through this. I'm going to get over this. I'm going to defeat this. I'm going to face my fear. I'm going to do it. I'm afraid, but I'm going to do it anyway. Taking challenges in life, it started when we were a kid in school, and the bully in the playground. There was always somebody, always. So I don't care if you were the bully, there was always another bully bullying the bully. Yeah, I know our culture doesn't like that. I don't like that. Nobody likes that. We don't like our kids to experience that. But man, I tell you what, I experienced it, and it was fearful. I did everything I could to avoid that bully until I learned I had to face it and face that bully. Get knocked in my mouth or knock him in the mouth. One way, we were going to put an end to this. And that's what you got to do. One way, you got to put an end to your fear of what's holding you back in your success journey. You got to put an end to the fear that's keeping you from leading the life that you want to lead. All right, so listen, didn't mean to get too deeply involved into, some of the, social issues that we have going on in our world. Hopefully we can handle those, easily. But the thing about it is they're there. So you can't turn away from it. You got to face it. That's my whole point. Anything that you've got going on, you got to face it. You got to deal with it. Just deal with it. Eat the frog. I appreciate the people that have tuned in to the Fastlane Podcast for Success. I appreciate that you shared. I've noticed the listenership and the audience rate has gone up and up and up and up. And I definitely appreciate it. And I hope the content, maybe not every week that you go, oh, yeah, I get it, whatever. But you keep coming back.